Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, no matter where you are in the world. This is Howie, and I'm here to help you win with money. Today is Monday, March 7th, 2022, and it is the beginning of trading week number 10. But this video will talk about all the things that I did last week and what is my option summary totals for the year. So let's get right to it. If you're on Facebook, join me in Investing 102. Facebook group Investing 102. Easy to join. And I post my trades up pretty much within 5 or 10 minutes after I'm doing them. So you can see a lot of it. This is where you can level up your investment knowledge. So let's go straight to E-Trade. Copy out the transactions from E-Trade. And then what I do is go to my spreadsheet. I normally just paste it. And then I will fix everything up, add in all the missing columns. After editing it, this is what it looks like. I plug in all the values so I can use a pivot. And again, half the fields come from E-Trade, the rest of them I plug in myself. I count the trades, add in some formula to help me compute what it was, and then I mark the sell if it was part of my 2-3-4 method for this year's trading challenge. So hit the save button. The first thing I like to do is just go to the pivot table. So you go over here, I'm going to scroll down a little bit, hit the refresh button here, and I believe it's, oh, okay. Everything worked fine except you got to add in the new month. So we'll do that here. And then you see that just by adding the new month, the pivot worked. And this is what it looks like. So this was week number 9 data. This is a breakdown of the pivot table. And you can see I lost money. Week 9 was not a good week. I lost money. So you can see that over here. And to confirm that, you just go here, hit refresh. And there you go. Add in a new month, hit refresh. Not looking too hot right now because March is going to look really bad, and that may actually dip negative for the quarter, which is what I don't want to do because I already have 2 negative quarters from last year. It's looking really bad, but that's what's happening with the markets. And this is what the data looks like once I update it. Week 9 was a negative week. I still made money so far. My running P&L is in the positive still, but you can see this is looking really bad. And actually, if you look at the data, really all the profit is coming from the dividends basically. So this is really not a good thing, but this is what happened. The war did start and the markets were downtrending for about 3 to 4 weeks. So we may see more red line before we start seeing more green lines. So I go back to the details. Let's talk about some of the trades. The first thing I want to talk about is, let's talk about the 2-3-4 method. That's the option challenge that we're doing in 2022. And I'll put a filter on that real quick so you can see what I'm talking about. There are other trades that I'm doing, but really what I want to track is I want to demo to people that you can trade small and still make money. Obviously, I'm having a hard time trading right now because the markets are downtrending and even my iron condors will get tested. But you see over here, I have a filter. If you just do 2-3-4 method, you can sort of see what I'm doing. And if you just go to the beginning of the year using this particular strategy, I am still up $1,300 using this 2-3-4. Now, at some point, I'm going to lose some money because I got to close some of these iron condors. So at some point, this is going to start dropping again. But my point is, I track everything so we can see where we're at. But let's talk about some other specific trades. I put a filter on Editas, and you can see that in week number 9, I did do one trade. But I wanted to show something interesting. Editas has been a profitable trade for me over the long term. Because I just show you that, but I wanted to show you how horrible it's been doing lately. You can see the strike price. These are cover calls, and you see this is a 45 strike. And I've been lowering it. And look how low I got. I'm down to 21. And if you follow this further back, I was up in the 60s in the strike price. And this is a share that actually traded close to $100 a share not too long ago. So you can see how something like this, I'm going to lose money on the underlying. And sure, let me just show you for this year, I made $133 in option trading under for this one contract of Editas. The problem is this amount that you collected does not make up all the loss of the underlying drop. Now what it does is, if you did nothing, you would have still lost money holding the 100 shares. So the beauty of option trading is, in theory, what it's trying to do is you're trying to reduce some risk because you are collecting a little bit of income or a little bit of premium, and that will offset some of the other things. At some point, if this company recovers, what you're hoping for is the times where you collected premium, even if this thing goes to break even, right? That will make up the difference. Let's look at another company by changing the ticker. Let's go to RIOT blockchain. I've been playing RIOT for about a year now. I played it this year and I played it last year. So for last week, week number 9, you see I collected another $48 in premium. It's a cover call, but again, RIOT blockchain has gone under. So I lost money on the underlying, and I've been trying to make money every week or so using the cover call. And you can see that if I scroll up, you'll see I've been rolling it. I've been playing it a long time. So what the go is, as the price drop, there's sometimes a good opportunity for me to add another 100 shares because I think it's a good value. But again, I'm trying to collect premium as much as I can, as often as I can, and then I'm going to play it for the long term. Right now, this is a losing trade, okay? Bitcoin has dropped off from its high from 68,000 to about 40, so it is down. So there's many ways to lose money. I collect a little bit of premium. Now, the go is over time I make money. But again, as of right now, this is a losing trade. I put a filter on SOFI, and if you just look real quick, week number 9, I did multiple stuff on week number 9, collected only $57. Now, SOFI is the same story, so nothing interesting here to tell you. Collected a little bit of premium, but it's a losing trade. SOFI has hit new all-time lows. It was under $9. Now, the only good news is they got the bank charter and the stock showed some good movement. And then obviously when the war broke out, the stock went back down. So the same strategy here. I'm just going to have to keep on playing it, collect premium. I may want to buy another 100 shares every 2 or 3 months. I take some of the premium money. And you see what I mean. If this is only $57, it can take me a few weeks to collect enough to maybe buy more shares. And so that's my go, maybe to add to my holdings as the shares are near all-time lows. And again, I'm a long-term, I play options with a long-term view. I augment it with my buy and hold strategy with my stock. I put a filter on Visa, and Visa looked like has been a pretty decent trade for me so far using Iron Condor. You can see I made money nearly every time I traded Visa. Now the only reason why is because it's been range bound and it hasn't crossed either side of my Iron Condor. So last week in week number 9, you can see what I did here. I rolled it for a little bit more premium, and you can see it here. There's 41 days left to this option contract. I collected 12 cents premium for free contracts, but I've been doing that every week. You see this had 51 days left, and then this one I was closing another one, had 24 days left. So by tracking it, I can see what's working and what's not. So, the funniest thing is I just noticed that I over filtered. I should have had both calls and puts toggled so you can see what my Iron Condors look like. And on some of them you didn't see it because that was my fault. I had an over filtering on even for the last couple of filtering. But you can see I'm playing Iron Condors on these. You see the calls and the puts when I open or close them. You should see both sides, 4 legs every time. And let's talk about the big loser for this week. I bought QS. I have a credit spread on it, and I did not make any money, so I took the full loss. Now, what I ended up doing was I've been following this stock since it was over $100 a share. I collected premiums because I was using a put credit spread. Short put was a $40, And today I think it's trading way less than that. I don't remember exactly. Is it $14 or $15 a share? So what I end up doing was I closed this particular option, and I actually end up buying 100 shares. What that means is if I was following something at $100 a share, I was using the put credit spread just to collect premium. I didn't want to own the share because I knew that there was no way this company could be worth $100 or $200. And so I used the put credit spread to collect premiums and made money that way. Now that the shares dropped so low, even lower than what I expected, I decided it was time to buy 100 shares. And then what I end up doing is I wrote a cover call on it. So you can see that here. The only way you can write a cover call is if you own 100 shares. So it dipped under, I guess I don't remember exactly, maybe it was $13, $14, but I have a $15 strike price and I collected $50 premium. So now I'm starting to make money, hopefully to recoup all the money that I lost in this particular trade. This has not been a good trade in QS, but I do believe in EVs and I do believe in some of the technology. So this is the way I'm playing my EVs. I'm going to play it using QS. I bought 100 shares. I'm going to write cover calls from here on out, and hopefully what I can do is keep this out of the money and above the strike price. So that concludes all my summary for this week. It was a horrible trading week for week number 9. Week 10 looks pretty rough. Now, a lot of it depends on what happens with the markets. If the markets think everything has been factored in, and you can see this, markets were supposed to open sharply lower on Friday night. It was like a minus 50 or 60 points on the S&P 500, and even this morning it was minus 40 points. And you can see within the last maybe 15 minutes or so, we're getting close to almost opening even. So let me know how you're doing with options trading. Comment below, like, follow, subscribe, share this video with a friend. Again, I don't always make money. You can see that. I post my videos. I talk about what I'm going to do next. I don't always make money, but I made money every year. And in the past, I used to make money every quarter. Now, the last 2 quarters were horrible. So I ended last year losing money in the last 2 quarters. And for 2022, I may actually lose money in Q1. So what I need to do is try to reduce some of the risk for the next 4 weeks. Try to show a positive quarter and turn that trend around. I need to adjust all my trades to make sure I handle other market risks that may still be there. That's one of the hardest things about trading. If you're not going to adjust your strategy based on whatever you see in the market, you're going to make the same mistakes and you're going to keep on losing money. As a trader, I need to adjust. I need to also figure out what I'm doing right and also look at what I'm doing wrong and adjust some of those things and try to get back on track. So far, I've been profitable every year trading options, and I would like to keep that true for 2022. But right now it's looking pretty rough. So stay tuned and stick with me for the end of the year. Again, I post videos literally every week. If you want to see my trades in near real time, I post my trades on Facebook group Investing 102. Don't forget, let's do this together. Let's do this $1 at a time. As always, have a profitable day. Bye-bye.